Good afternoon, good evening, and good morning. Good morning to people who are joining from Canada. Good evening for people who are joining from Australia and elsewhere. Namaste to everyone. Welcome to RCAT, Rajiv Gandhi Center of Advanced Technology. This is a very unique IT finishing school started by Government of Rajasthan to upgrade the quality and training of and competence of engineering and technology graduates to start with. And we have gone far ahead to create an affordable, accessible, and inclusive ecosystem. I, KK Das, on behalf of RCAT, welcome you all to this fascinating webinar celebrating girls in ICT to mark the International Telecommunication Union's International Day today, which is the nodal agency of ICT for United Nations, the ITU. I would like to welcome everyone and hand it over the podium to Madam Srimati Vinita Srivastava, who is Joint Director at Department of IT and Communication, and at RCAT, which is Rajiv Gandhi Center of Advanced Technology, our manager. Over to Vinita Srivastava to take the session forward and moderate. Over to you, Vinita ma'am.
Thank you, KK. Thank you. Thanks a lot. So I would like to welcome all my audience and from various institutes. And I am very happy to say that today we have conducted Intercontinental Webinar, where we have people from Australia, from Canada, and then we have speakers from our country itself. So today we are here to celebrate ICT in girls, which is actually marked by International Telecommunication Community, a nodal agency of UN. We really have been forward and done a tremendous job to make technology as an integral part of girls. So today, the girls with technology would be the tomorrow with women in technology. So to have gender equal society, to have wonderful society having women participation, we need to introduce technology in girls from today itself. This is why we all are here, to share our insights, to share our opinions and experiences, how we really worked together for the benefitment of students, especially girl students, girls in from the teenager age to today, to become adult, and how do they add their or contribute their technological experience into the society and make them more empowered. So first of all, I would like to request Mrs. Jyoti Luharia, Executive Director, RCAT, to share her and to put a report on RCAT, how RCAT is working towards women and girls inclusivity. Thank you, ma'am. Welcome, Jyoti ma'am, on the podium for sharing her insights.
Thank you, Vinita. Just to introduce myself, I'm a student of IT, serving with the working in the field of ICT since last more than 38 years, serving with the government as technical director in Department of Information Technology and as executive director of RCAT. Yes, this topic is a very a nice topic close to the heart, because we are coming, at least I'm representing the times when there was a very less representations of female in IT field. Talking about 38 years back, 40 years back, where there was least representation, and we've been working around with this. So just to brief, other people, all our other panelists will give a brief detail of their journey. I just want to brief about RCAT, and I just few lines about the technology. When we talk about ICT, see, ICT has become an enabler. It is the technology which has included, it is tightly coupled with all the functionalities, with all the fields. So we cannot separate IT from the other fields. Every field is converging with IT. We talk about education. I used to say that that is a female-dominated field. We have edutech now. So you cannot have it stay in times abreast with the current times in education without technology. So you have edutech, you have meditech, you have agritech, so you have fintech. So wherever we have look for any fields, any skill sets, technology is getting into it. So the females, which are more than which are about half of the world's population, how can they be? How can they stay away from technology? So they have to break the glass ceilings and go hand in hand with the technology, riding all the barriers, whatever they are facing. So now, just to give a brief about RCAT. RCAT is Rajiv Gandhi Center for Advanced Technology. As the name suggests, it is a center for advanced technologies. We are all aware that the technology is an area where there is large changes and developments from times. And yes, there's always a gap between the academic curriculum and the industry, which is keeping in time with the latest technology changes. The industry can't leave the changes. If anything latest has come, the industry has to adopt. So there is always a gap between the academic as well as the industry. To bridge this gap, there is a requirement to upskill the students so that they are made future ready. They are easily adaptable with the industry. So this institute has been envisioned by Government of Rajasthan to bridge the skill gap of this youth and make them future ready, make them more employable, and they should not miss the chance, miss the boat where other students are getting their chance. So this is the institute which is dealing with the emerging technologies, which are running courses on the latest technologies, like when we are hearing artificial intelligence, machine learning, data science, cloud computing, cyber security, Internet of Things. All these are new entire verticals. They are not just terms, but in the curriculum they have just been taught as terms. But no, they are not terms. There's an entire vertical along with this. So RCAT has many. RCAT has undergone MOU with the technical giants, which are the propellers of these technology, and we are running the courses in this institute right from with the technical giants. Like we've done MOU with Microsoft, with Apple, with Oracle, with Cisco, with VMware, with we've done it with Red Hat. We've done it with cybersecurity, EC Council. We've done it with Adobe. So all the tech giants which are there in the particular field, we are doing MOU with them to run global certified courses here. What will the students benefit from this? There are multimodal benefits. First, they'll be able to have the knowledge of these technologies, the latest technologies, one, from the comfort of their own study area. Second, we are having the latest technology from the certified trainers of those companies. So it is going to be as per the latest trends of the industry. Third, the government is offering scholarships up to 100%. So you're staying in your comfort zone. You don't have to go to other places to have the training. The scholarships are till 100%. So anyone having a spark, having a thing to understand, to learn, and to have a career, they can always opt for all the more than 100 plus courses available in RCAT and involve and take the advantage of the scholarships what we are offering. The most important thing what we are trying to do is, since RCAT is established in Jaipur, so then it is not necessary only the Jaipur students should get the benefit. So RCAT we are having in a model of hub and spoke. So we want to increase the reach to the entire state. So we are having one hub at Jaipur and many others. We are trying to function the 7 spokes in the next 2 months. First spoke is already there at Jodhpur. We will be having other centers at Kota, at Udaipur, at Ajmer, at Bikaner, at Bharatpur very soon in 2 months. So what will happen is one whatever courses being run from Jaipur, the students of all these places will also have the benefit. So we're going to run with hub and spoke model. We're also trying to give this benefit to all the universities and the colleges at their premises. So we are also having the academic partners so that we can run these courses in their colleges as part of their curriculum, as part of their internship, as part of additional credits as the academic institution demands. So this is how the government is envisioning to make the youth job ready. The infrastructure here available at RCAT is world class, which is being appreciated by the all who visits. So I would also take the opportunity to all the participants or the panelists here may always please visit the website rcat.rajasthan.gov.in to have a glimpse, or please visit the website if it is feasible to all. So to have another thing, what I would like to say is now when we talk about the courses of the emerging technologies, they're really very costly. So I have said that we are making it affordable by giving scholarships to 100%. So now to increase the benefit to more students, at the latest, we are starting some short-term programs again by the same certified technical giants for internships of the students. So what is there that we're going to start from May? That's the latest what we're coming up with is 6 weeks to 2 months programs, short-term internship programs, which the students can take from the technologies what we are offering. This would give them a clear understanding because most of the students don't understand what they should take. They might be aware that artificial intelligence is something, blockchain is something, but they do not know will they be able to do? Are they having a taste for it? Are they having a passion for it? So for that, a short course will help them to decide, to give them information, knowledge, and also guide them in the path. So this is a short detail I would like to give about the RCAT. If any panelists would like to ask some questions, are most welcome. After summing up this, I would like to now introduce our chief guest, Indu Gupta ji. If people are in India or aware of, we have a national informatics center, the IT, the main IT vehicle of our country is National Informatics Center. Indu Gupta ma'am had been has a 40 plus years of experience in ICT. So that's a good, huge experience, and she will share her journey along. She's a BITS Pilani alumni with MSc MSc Tech in Computer Science. She has retired as State Informatic Officer and DDG in National Informatics Center in the state of Rajasthan. And I would like to highlight that she has been instrumental and she had been a project lead for most of the computerization projects implemented by the government in the state of Rajasthan in her initial years. So, and yes, she is one of the very few females who has been working in the leading position in a big vertical of ICT. I welcome you, ma'am, and over to ma'am. Please share your views and the journey of ICT here serving in Rajasthan.
Thank you, Jyoti, and thank you, KK, as well as Vinita, Kamla, Shipra, Deepa, and Gitanjali, and all the participants from remote places who are joining us. It's my privilege and pleasure to be here among all of you. In fact, it feels as if I have come from the archives. Once somebody says that 40 years of experience, I did my MSc Tech Computer Science in 1980 from BITS Pilani, and I have seen the era of punching cards to the internet, which we see today, rather of artificial intelligence of ChatGPT. Okay, so it's been a very long experience, and I have been asked to talk about my experiences in the past in the government. So, in fact, the experiences have been so vast, and the nature of work has been so spread out that it covers most of the sectors of the government, as well as public interfaces to government public interfaces also, where ICT has been very helpful. So, in fact, it's been a very long journey, but I would like to start with my journey when I joined NIC in 1988 with the objective of introducing computers in the state of Rajasthan as part of NIC. So, in fact, we have come a very long way, and starting from 1988, 1995 was another landmark, when we had already established the network. And I remember in 1995, we had conducted, in fact, I was invited to deliver a lecture at Rajasthan Adult Education Agency, which was Rajasthan Adult Education Authority, which was sponsored by UNESCO at that time. And I had spoken to the participants about the video conferencing and about the World Wide Web email facilities, which was at that time very nascent, and nobody believed me that this was possible. So I, in fact, invited them. I divided my lecture into two parts and told them to have a real life experience. So, in fact, in the second half, I had taken them to our center and showed them live video conferencing, as well as created email accounts for all of them. And in fact, the impact was amazing. Nobody could believe that this was possible. And today we are in an era where we are all attending this conference from our remotest place, from the comfort of our home, our offices, and then participating using the same facilities in a much more improved form, where you are not limited to the studios, you are not limited to anything. All you need is a mobile and a connectivity. So, in fact, at this occasion, when we are in such an advanced era of ICT, I would really love to welcome all the participants that we are living in the very good times as far as the IT industry is concerned. And girls have been, I would say, a pillar in some sense, because based on my experience, at least in NIC and in government at large, I have seen that girls have really contributed to IT growth. And they were not only there to work, but they also envisioned a number of projects which have had a lot of social impact. So, in fact, girls and their contribution cannot be undermined in IT. In NIC, we had a number of officers who joined either with me or a little later than me, and all of them contributed in various ways. So, in fact, that you all would be aware, especially I'm told that some of the students are also connected with us. So, in fact, I would like to tell the students that the first impact which was felt of NIC among the student community, that was of publishing of the Board of Secondary Education board results on the internet. Before that, it was difficult to get the Board of Secondary Education certificate mark sheets and marks. But it used to take 15-20 days. The results will be sent by post, they'll be printed. But this enabled them to see their result within an hour. Within a day, they could download from as farthest possible locations. So in fact, that really, because one doesn't realize that which application in IT will click. Okay, this was one application which really clicked, and it set forward the way for introducing IT in the education system. And in fact, I was one of the members in preparing the curriculum, in preparing the syllabus, and introducing various types of courses early in the 90s in Rajasthan University and in various other universities, which has produced children with BCA, MCA degree. And Rajasthan is one state where we have number of engineers. So many engineering colleges are there, and if you see, the branches are mostly electronics, telecommunication, IT, okay, computer science. All branches of IT and IT related subjects, they are being taught, and majority of the girls as well as boys are opting for that. So that has really helped us in creating a excellent workforce, which consisting of both girls as well as boys, which is an asset for the industry as a whole, and industry and society as well. So in fact, I thought of talking about some more projects, like other than Board of Secondary Education, we have worked a lot on land records computerization, which was almost unthinkable at that time. Taking out the most precious records from the hands of the various clerical persons and making it public. So land records computerization, there we found that the contributions were done by lady officers wherever they were posted. So in fact, there was an initiative which was taken that we should recruit lady patwaris and then train them. And they really contributed in further imparting training to the whole cadre of revenue related staff as well as the operators. So in fact, the impact has been a lot. And today, when we are talking about in today's age, we have IT in every sphere. In fact, in every sphere, we are interacting in day-to-day basis. Even the ladies who are posted, जो महिलाएं अभी हमें सुन रही होंगी, या जो बच्चे अभी हमको सुन रहे हैं, तो वो भी हर स्टेज पे IT को यूज करते हैं, महिलाएं भी यूज करती हैं. और आजकल IT यूज करना इतना आसान हो गया है कि उसमें नेचुरल लैंग्वेज जो है वो यूज हो रही है. आपको कुछ सर्च करना है, आप स्पीकर ऑन करिए और बोलना शुरू करिए, ठीक है, और आपको सर्च रिजल्ट्स मिल जाते हैं. आपको कुछ बोल के सुनना है तो वो पॉसिबल है. तो जो नेचुरल लैंग्वेजेस इंटरफेसेस हैं वो रियली अमेजिंग है. एंड मतलब जो महिलाएं नहीं जा पाती हैं बाहर कहीं, वो घर में बैठ करके भी जो है इस तरीके से अपनी लर्निंग्स को इम्प्रूव कर सकती है. ऑफ कोर्स RCAT के जो कोर्सेज हैं वो प्रोफेशनल लेडीज के लिए बहुत अच्छे हैं, प्रोफेशनल स्टूडेंट्स के लिए who want to make a career in IT, they are excellent. But those who have missed that bus somehow and would just like to learn, the opportunities are enormous. There are so many online courses available, and natural language interfaces are there. There is no need even to learn computer science itself. Even if you want to learn anything which is of use to your day-to-day life, like how to stitch, okay, and how to improve your stitching, or how to contribute to your vegetation or garden, then all these courses are available. The help is available. So IT has embedded so well in our everyday life. So it's really amazing to see, the way we are now. IT has become almost like a basic subject, basic knowledge. The way स्टूडेंट्स जैसे पहले मैथ्स पढ़ना जरूरी होता था, लैंग्वेज पढ़ना जरूरी होता था, आई थिंक वैसे ही आज की तारीख में उनके लिए IT पढ़ना उतना ही जरूरी है. The basic knowledge of computers, the basic knowledge of digital devices is really very, very important. The basic knowledge of and do I have more?
Yeah, ma'am, please share your experience, ma'am. We would really love to hear your experience.
Okay. In fact, about the networks, I would like to know to tell you that we had very tough time, spreading the networks across the nation. And but I remember, the last time when we were the last leg, which I remember demonstrating, where we had connected the panchayats. Okay, the panchayats, which was really on a very high-speed gigabit network that we were able to connect all the panchayats in Ajmer districts, and which was demonstrated internationally that yes, it is possible in India to have such systems. But in fact, when you go to the common people, they don't understand that what you are doing exactly. What they understand is only the application. So whatever infrastructure you will create, okay, that is the backbone. But on top of that, it is so essential to build up applications and the content which is relevant to the defined segment. Okay, then only they will be in a position to appreciate it. And in fact, in case of government, since we took up since we were very closely associated with the government, so I would like to share here that initially we had to sell that how IT can impact their policies, okay, or how IT can help in implementation of the policies. But later on, we had come to a stage where whenever a new policy was to be formed, okay, we were among the consulting groups, or our inputs were taken to understand that, to exploit that policy to the maximum, that how best it could be implemented, how best it could be formulated. So we all were part of it. So, in fact, I think that's all I would like to add. And in case there is any question, I'll be very glad to answer that.
Ma'am, we would have a question answer session at the end of this whole session. Ma'am, thanks a lot for sharing your experience. And after getting your insights, we would definitely know that you have witnessed India, from getting from into the digital technology and excel into it. And Rajasthan is one of the state who is actually one of the best state into the technology. And I'm sure you were the one who laying the foundation stone for the digital technology. I am really privileged to have you in this session. Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, while you were discussing, you were saying that RCAT, so computers is basically is just not you know it's not a course, it's a skill now, so everybody should learn about it. It's like reading, writing skills. The same, we need to now understand the digital world. So in this, I would like to add that RCAT has just taken one initiative where we have given a course to 40 rural women who were just 10th pass, and they were doing amazing. Just yesterday only they have completed their course in digital and creativity, and their creativity is on the next level. They are amazing into it. So soon they would get deployed, and or they would start their own work. We would definitely share our experience about that too. Meanwhile, we will go forward. I'm welcoming our keynote speaker, Mrs. Srilekha Chakrabarti. Mrs. Srilekha has been associated with UNDP from last 7 years, and she has provided various digital solutions to UNDP in various domains. For example, health, tribal affairs, sustainable development goals, plastic waste management, society security schemes, forest right acts, rural housing, air pollution, rural livelihood, migrant movement, etc. She has an opportunity to work with health information system with Ministry of Health. in Electronic Vaccine Intelligence Network, EVIN and COVIN. Welcome, Sri Lekha ji. We would like to know your experience. What is UN's approach to inclusive technology into girls at various level, and specifically into health, and how this technology would help our girls to improvise their health in all aspects. Ma'am, Shilekha ji, over to you.
Thank you so much, Vinita. In fact, we already got great insights from Indu ma'am. So what she has just mentioned, that ICT is basically helping us, everybody, to improve life of people in all areas through better healthcare, better environment management, better communications, better education system, and more so, it is for girls, because as we know that the digital gender gap affects women's livelihood, health, and educational outcomes. To be very frank, being part of the UNDP, I have seen that based on the UNDP promotes the Sustainable Development Goals, and it really promotes gender, tries to bring the gender gap, reduce the gender gap in all possible ways. Now, if we talk about women leadership, women entrepreneurship, UNDP gives the opportunity to females to a great extent. Even if, for example, if their job advertisement is there, they promote that at least while we are shortlisting the CVs, there has to be at least one girl who fits the criteria. Apart from that, UNDP has been implementing so many programs which is directly or indirectly empowering women of India. In fact, UNDP is presence is in 170 countries. So, and now all the digital products of UNDP are becoming digital public goods. So other countries are also utilizing all the softwares, and of course, through the softwares, we are trying to reach at all levels, not only the urban areas, but also the rural women. I want to share one of the examples. There is one project, Ajivika, wherein I gave technical support, and during the field visit, I met those people who are using the mobile apps. Now, these are the women of self-help groups. So they were based in Uttarakhand, and they were using this app to connect to vendors, the buyers, because they used to make small produce for their livelihood, which they used to sell in the market. There were middlemen who were getting most of the profit. So UNDP came up with an app which could directly connect these rural women who are part of the self-help groups, and then connect to the buyer directly. That's how the middlemen could not get that profit. So while these people were using the app, I went to one of those centers and I asked them, "How do you feel using this app?" So they gave me a very frank opinion about the app. Initially, since they are from the rural background, everybody, even me, I will be resistant to change. So they told initially we did not like the idea of using any mobile app. They were comfortable using smartphone because to call up and use even YouTube and all, but not the app. But when they realized that this can give them more income, the money will not go to middlemen, and it is only about learning something, they did learn. So our team could convince them. They were comfortable on those apps, and they told us that they really feel appreciated when they use this app. Their children who are now studying, so they have respect for their moms. So this is one good thing. And apart from that, they also became financially independent. So I could see the satisfaction, the level of confidence, and I was happy that UNDP could help them help empower those women. And now they are using this app, and this is helping them out. Apart from that, UNDP has also implemented many other IT solutions Since I'm from the health vertical of UNDP, I would like to tell you about the experience of the cold chain handlers. The cold chain handlers are there in the facilities where the vaccines are kept. Usually, the vaccines during the routine immunization program, those vaccines are kept in ice-like replicator, wherein what UNDP did as part of the program of Government of India, they put an IoT device which is connected to the vaccines, which is in the deep freezer or freezers. Whenever there is a temperature breach, there is a buzzer which we can listen on that IoT device, and at the same time, an SMS alert goes to the cold chain technician and also to the manager of that facility. So, using this, the temperature monitoring happened. Those women, they felt good because those are people who are sometimes not even 12th pass, but they learned those apps. There were also women who were like 50 plus. So they did not, once they learned the app, because of course we have to give them user-friendly app. So once they learned the app, they were so happy that they could do the vaccine stock supply management using the app and also do the temperature monitoring. So they got familiar with the IoT devices, they got familiar with the app, and things have changed now with COVID. COVID is another big health system like governed by Government of India for vaccination drive. There was so many vaccinators who are women. They worked as vaccinators. They are the frontline workers, and they felt good that they contributed towards saving so many people in India. If you talk about my journey from since the time I started my job as a data analyst, where I was working only on a couple of softwares for data analysis, including Excel, SAS, some statistical softwares, because I'm also a student of statistics, till this point where I'm working on AI tools, I'm a Microsoft certified professional, and I'm writing code, I am doing database management, I am part of the strategies which are discussed in my organization, which is UN. So I feel good about it. I'm from Allahabad, which is a small town in UP, and I still remember that my parents did not allow me to go even to the market when I was studying in Allahabad University. My cousins who were boys, they were allowed to go out. Since that time, now I am part of a strategy making team. It gives me immense pressure. It gives me immense satisfaction. And to be very frank, I would like all the girls who are there, who are listening to me, not to listen to people who talk about these stereotypes that science or technology is only for boys, not for girls. Or there are sometimes girls are not even taken seriously while they are pursuing career in ICT. Like they are asked to do testing of the code, while men do the development work for creating robust IT systems. Or sometimes they say men are better with numbers, girls are not. So that is not true. So keeping this in mind, I would recommend. I'm really happy that we are together interacting and celebrating this day, because this will inspire government and many private sectors to find ways to equip girls and young women so that later they can become ICT professionals like us. I'm also happy that while they see us as a role model, and this will empower girls to do the career in ICT. To be very frank, now it is not even an option. In future, we will definitely be having such kind of jobs which are not there today, that will be totally based on IT. So it is a necessity for women to get into IT while they are in college, or in fact from the school onwards. I would encourage all girls to go ahead and manifest their dreams, to excel in the field of ICT. It's the passion that matters, not the gender. With this, I would like to close, and I would say all the best to all the women who are listening to us right now. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shalekha ji. A wonderful experience, and the way you've said that you've been into a lot of strategy and tactical planning of ICT based project. This would really a role model for all of our listeners, to all the girls who've been joined to this. Let's go to our next speaker, uh, Miss Deepa Mahanti. So Deepa Mahanti ji is an HR professional, and she has already been work with various domain, and she was into hiring people, recruiting people, into corporate and into various countries. She has the experience into sales, marketing, manufacturing, HR, engineering, operations, production, IT, advanced technology, engineering, technical support, finance, and administration. So it's a huge domain experience. At the creative level, she is a filmmaker, which is wonderful, and she's also a community leader, working in collaboration with academia and industry and governments too. She's also into training of young multicultural and migrant women in digital skills and for employability. Deepa ji, welcome to this webinar, and we would like to know that since you're from Canada, and how the how the Canadian government is actually working towards girls to be to inculcate the habit of, not only the habit, to be the integral part of their life, the technology to be the part of them. And how is it, since you're the filmmaker too, so we would also like to know that when you're on the screens, how the girls today in the society, uh, share their experiences on screen, and how they are, very attached or associated with the technology, even on the screen also and in the market too. Over to you, Deepa.
Good morning from Toronto, and I feel very honored and privileged sharing the spaces with you dignitaries. It's been, till now, a lot of learning experiences, and I look forward to your perspectives and experiences. So thank you so much for inviting me to the space. Coming back to your question, we have worked. We are still working with the immigrants, the new Canadians. We have also worked with the senior executives at the C-level capacities. We have also worked with young people, young adults, in terms of digital skills. So 3 ways I would put forth today, just for a little more elaboration of how we work. Canada has a couple of programs, and some include Can Code. We also have Actua. We also have enhanced, non-for-profits like Access, Costi, Skills for Change. And I'm sure some of our counterparts here would agree that the government takes a lot of effort in training the new Canadians so that they can integrate into the workforce. So for us, digital skills is the key. Though we see a lot of education from the elementary onwards in terms of the curriculum, however, we also see that only 25% of women and girls are into the IT sector. So in this segmentation, I would kindly focus in 2 main segments, and that is how we use IT in the HR spectrum, and also IT in creativity, that is cinema. For me, that's my something that I love doing, using IT, creating something, putting life visually in terms of visual arts, connecting with people, empowering people, crossing boundaries, having conversations, dialogues, and more or less on very purposeful social justice spectrums. So for the first segment, the HRIS, a little about myself. I have worked with various different boundaries across continents, South Asia, UAE, and North America. And I have also had the opportunity working with the Fortune hundreds, 500, and thousands. Having said so, my peripherals of experience kind of have switched from the conglomerates into agencies into non-for-profits. So I have that kind of a converge experience, work with different environments. However, one thing consistent, that is IT. So today, as a HR professional, you all will kind of agree that we have so many resumes coming in for one specific position. And if we do not have applications like the ATS or have worked with HRIS systems, it would be impossible for any person to trace and find the right fit for the right position. And obviously, we have other instrumental factors, gathering together to bring the right kind of candidate towards a position. So much of IT components, even to fulfill a certain job specification for any organization, that's a piece. In terms of the immigrant women, we have had the opportunity of working with various ethnic groups. Now, Toronto is regarded as a unique city that enjoys, celebrates diversity. So we have over, I would say, 60,000 plus ethnicities collaborating and working together in this vast, beautiful city of Toronto and GTA areas. And that would mean that they come with other competencies. However, we have to build the competency of the digital skills for them to integrate into the actual workforce. So that's the nonprofit sector. So we have something called enhanced language training, enhanced IT training. They go through assessments, then they go to the job counselor. Then they are segregated as to what specific trainings they need. Then they have a kind of a plan in place, and they have a duration where they need to have a certification, and then they are job ready. That's a component from the non-for-profit sector. But for the corporate sector, we are more ready, because we have the experience, local experience, we know the competencies. Obviously, they are competing at the competitive edge, and the best person wins. In the curriculum stage, the youngsters where we work, we design something which is innovative and creative to kind of gear towards the interest. So as I was listening to Madame Gupta here, I could relate the social and innovative aspects for it, because IT could also be fun. It should not be contained in the serious spectrum. So I use fun as a social entrepreneur and a founder of a non-for-profit, and use creative arts and IT to create something, make a team full of these young people with creative ideas. And believe it or not, working with the Gen Z, it explodes your mind, because they are so energetic and full of creative ideas. And here we are in a verge of wisdom where we say, okay, this is our experiences, this is the IT skills, let's see how we can combine our wisdom and skills and make it something very inclusive, and so that every person is enjoying that piece. So today our audience just does not consist of the youth or the working class, but also seniors. So we have seniors that enjoy music, that enjoy cinema, that are kind of working together, learning skills, and these skills are transferable, right? So they are on their iPads, they are on the iPods, they are on the cell, they are on the YouTube, and they are having conversations. So there's a kind of a cross-sectional knowledge between different segments. So I have something that I would love to share, just kind of indicate where we are at in terms of the HR spectrum. And so I have created something for you to share. And again, it is on digital platform. So if you may kindly allow me, I will use another 4 minutes of my time to just kind of showcase where we are at, and obviously, have your perspectives and spectrums in place. So just a sentence for all the audience, our girls, our ladies interested in IT. This is Power Today 2023, and the IT world needs you. So girls, our audience, our dignitaries, our ladies, our seniors, and all the segments that I address today. I always say this, and I will tell you today that IT is power. It's on your fingertips. This is a perfect example that how we have bridged together on this platform, cross explaining our perspectives and experiences is such a beautiful thing that we have merged together today, and this is the power of IT. So with no further ado, let me share something that I have. And KK, if I have this technology challenges, if you may kindly help me in showcasing my piece. 1 second, kindly bear with me for a second, okay?
So you want to share your screen?
I'm
Are you able to share your screen?
I cannot display my shared
Okay.
content. Would you be kind to share it for me, please?
KK, would you please do it with the administrator guy, with the help of the administrator guy?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am. I'm doing.
And while they are kind of doing it, I'm so delighted seeing each and every one of you, and so looking forward to all your perspectives. I mean, it has been a total awareness, hearing from both our revered, I would say, IT guides, and taking so much of knowledge from them today. So at least we can share this knowledge to our audience as well. That's basically the piece of connection and information. I'm so glad that I'm here, sharing the spaces with you.
So Deepaji, meanwhile, they are setting up the system for sharing the screen. I would just like to know that how this technology help women to showcase their creativity, since you are into the creativity field.
Absolutely. So let me tell you a story of COVID times. So COVID times, there was a mayhem all over: sickness, mental health, people were contained in a box, no relationship, abuse was on high, mental health was high. We saw our kith and kins, we saw our loved friends lose their children, lose their relatives because they were feeling so hopeless, right? They couldn't be helping them. So we tried to interject something that would distract them, and also include them, giving them the positivity and make some, content of purpose. So our first documentary was, we create documentary on real lived experiences, real stories, because this is where we resonate. So nothing is fictional, all facts. So we got in touch with somebody who lives in Peel. She's a burn survivor. We took the story, and we have only allowed 3 crew, and then we did the studios. We brought people to sing for us. We created the documentary, and we hosted it technology over 7 countries. And guess what? Every person participated, and it kind of, and the takeaway was, hang in there. If she could do it, so can we. We give them the power over technology to say that harness yourself, preserve your lives. Your lives are beautiful. You have great experiences. Don't let it go away. So this is the kind of power of technology when I speak, because we are able to preserve our lives today as I speak. And one of the perfect example is the depiction of a shawl dedicated to the soul stories, as we call them, in the museums of Mississauga. That has attracted a lot of influencers to come and visit the installation and voice illusion that yes, art is a therapy, Art can be used through IT. Art can preserve lives. Art can, connect. And it is only IT today, the technology, the digital skills, the power of creativity that has crossed this unprecedented times and actually, gave purpose to a life and living. So that's basically really powerful because I was invited to a UN session, and we had a beautiful session from the UN where I was expected to talk of creativity and IT. This is where we showcased a small piece, and that kind of said that, you know what, we have preserved lives. When people and say, we just made the right choices, we are like in the ninth heaven and seventh cloud, seventh cloud, ninth heaven, because that makes us accomplished. That gives us a purpose, right? So these are the beautiful real examples of how we can use our IT, just not in the workplace, but actually preserving lives, creating a living, bringing people together, celebrating diversity, equity, inclusion, belonging, right? So there are so many aspects, powerful instruments that can be attached to this beautiful piece of IT. And I tell you, I can't stop when I say this, that IT is so powerful. IT needs you. This is the world. This is the world that we all can connect, and that is information technology.
Wonderful. I think we can see the video itself. I think the screen has already been shared, and we have seen their interviewing processes, HR.
We can't hear the music though, right?
No, but then we can see the video. I think all of
Okay.
us can do, right?
So this is basically a interpretation of what happens.
That's a wonderful video, Deepaji, telling us about how technology is improving the recruitment process of human resource, and how today it is good for girls to be to get recruited and to get the equal opportunities of recruitment. That's a great, wonderful insight, Deepaji. We are going ahead now. I would like to invite Miss Shipra Bhutani ji. She's from Rajasthan, and she is she's an entrepreneur founder. She is CEO Capacita Connect, NSDC partner in digital recruitment and skilling. She was an alumna of IIM Calcutta and was economic professor in BIT Mesra. She is brand ambassador for She's Mercedes by Mercedes Benz. She leads Teach India by Facebook, and she was featured in Forbes India in 2019 for most upcoming Indian leaders. Welcome, Shipra ji. Shipraji, as you have social and digital influencer, and we would like to know your experience that how industry and the society supports girls in ICT. But since we do not have much time, you would need to conclude in just 6 minutes. Shipraji, I am not able to hear your voice. KK, is this okay?
Yeah, okay. Now I think everybody is able to hear my voice. Thank you so much for the introduction and thanks a lot. And a very good evening to all the audiences. I have spent my 20 years of my life for the upliftment of the lower section of the society and especially women. So I'll give you the example how technology is important and how it has been transformed the lives of women. So being an NSGC partner, that is National Skills Development Corporation, we have 150 skill centers across India, and we are providing trainings to both jail inmates and manual scavengers. Manual scavengers are the people who go inside the septic tank and clean it. There's a shit pool and they clean it. So now what has happened, we want to transform their lives. I cannot go back in time machines and make them a graduate or make them attend a school. So IT skills, I have just tried and make them a maybe social media manager or maybe graphic designer. So these kind of small term courses which are for 3 months or 4 months and certified by National Skills Development Corporation, they immediately land up at the jobs. So first of all, awareness is one thing. For I have jotted down 4 points because of which the women today are lacking behind in ICT or technology-led jobs, and it is time for them to get up. So first of all, the awareness. They are not keep themselves abreast and what is the current that is happening. So defense, finance, arms, and politics, and also IT. These are the four topics for the generations on and on. The woman has always stayed away, and society, by and large, thinks that these things are not meant for women, which is absolutely wrong. So first, women has to come forefront and grab the opportunity. The second thing is you should be on the self-learning phase. And I must congratulate Jyoti Lohariya ma'am and RCAT and DOIT for the amazing trainings you are providing for the women. But that is just not sufficient. You have been given a platform, but beyond that platform, there are so many YouTubers and there's so many digital content that is available, and you have to study that and you have to abreast yourself and keep yourself updated about the digital transformations that is happening. But one thing is also important. Besides having technology informations, why technology is going to play an important role. If you want to become this, like I have supplied manpower to Swiggy, but if somebody doesn't know how to use that mobile app, he cannot join that. If a woman is working and doesn't know how to do mobile transactions, it will be difficult for her. So right from you get up in the morning till you sleep, everywhere the IT skills are required. And this is the only place where the jobs will be there. So every fourth year, the new job role is created, and the older other one, four others get obsolete. So you have to create yourself, like what is required and what you have to do. So there are certain skills, life skills, which I'm talking about, which will be very beneficial to the audience, especially girls, and as they venture into the technology. Sir, please start share the screen. And there's very interesting thing which people usually discuss is artificial intelligence going to replace human being? No, it is not. Is machine will learn or run everything independently? No, the robots are created by the human beings, so it can never replace human beings. So in the era when you are working parallelly with technology, what are the other social and psychometric skills which you require so that your technological skills are equally and compatible? So there are certain skills which I have made a chart. Sir, can we just share the screen, please? So first of all, you should have cognitive, because creativity, you will the it is like data in, data out. What you give inside the computer, that only will come out. So you need to have that cognitive skills. What are the cognitive skills you have? So besides having knowledge for the IT skills, you should have cognitive skills. This critical decision making. The please second slide, please. This is about me. The information has already been shared. Cognitive skills, what are your critical thinking, how do you behave, how do you perceive, what are your opinion about others. Now these are the basic cognitive skills which are required not only in technology but by and large for all the youth, or all the youth and human beings on earth. First of all, how do you plan? Do you plan for the day, for the month, and for your life? And how do you monitor what is your mental health? Mental health is very very important. This is one skill which is required more when you are working with the technology, because technology requires your regular attention and regular, what shall I say, you have to grab whatever has been taught and what has been asked by you. And critical skills and the communication. Sometimes people are not able to speak or express what they want to say, and sometimes they are not good listeners also. So this is a big handicap in learning, because skilling has been my life for past 20 years. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Whatever skill, whether it is technological skill or any skill, if you are poor at communication, if you are poor at listening, if you are poor in expressing yourself, it will be difficult for you to survive. And then comes the second slide, please. Interpersonal skills. Now, today we have an intercontinental conference going on, but still all of the panelists are connected interpersonally. So how we behave, how we talk to each other, what are the vibes that we give to each other are very very important. So how good are we in the working team? You have to be a team player, and you cannot survive as an individual, right? And then also relationships. So team is your usually for the your workplace or your playmates, but relationships is your family. So as ma'am has said about the depression that happened during the COVID times and all that, so during those days relationships keep you healthy, keep you happy, and keep you strong. So besides having good knowledge, you should also have good relationships and good team and a good support system in and around you. Now, self leadership is also very important. Like, what do you think about yourself, entrepreneurship, and what are your life goals? Why I'm talking about entrepreneurship? Because in a state like Rajasthan, it is very difficult to get a job, and it is very difficult to migrate to some other place and do a job. So whenever we teach girls, we will help them to set up a small company, entrepreneur proprietorship company, and they will become a social media manager or maybe a graphic designer. And so sitting at home, they can start earning, or maybe a content writer or data entry operator. So entrepreneurial skills are very, very important. That gives you the flexibility to work from wherever you want and whenever you want. And states like Rajasthan has been producing a lot of entrepreneurs. And I would really recommend most of the women present here that you should try and become entrepreneurs, especially in the technology field. And since I am into the job market, everybody asks, what are the jobs or what are the skills? So the digital skills present on the screen are no more a luxury. This is a necessity. If you do not have any one of these, most of these skills, it will be difficult for you to survive. It's no more a luxury or it's no more an optional. So you have to have learned by hook or by crook, either you're from school or from your college or from your coaching institute, but you need to have these digital skills. And if you have any of these digital skills, the probability of you getting a job increases. Now, it is better to have one person who has two, three skills instead of hiring three people with three different skills. So that's why I would recommend that you should have digital skills. Then you should also have programming skills. There are various programmers are very much in demand these days, and algorithms and data analytics. And data analytics are required everywhere. Everywhere means everywhere. So just a data science course you are doing for 6 months. So if any of these courses, it doesn't matter if you're a commerce student, if you are an art student, if you're a 12th pass or a graduate or even a postgraduate. But this is from the report from McKinsey. So these are the hottest digital skills. So my dear fellows, if you have any kind of legitimate certification in any of these courses, you will end up getting a good job or getting an increment in your current job. So this is all from my side, and there's one last slide because we have the constraint for time. So this is a pyramid which tells about how to have a equilibrium or balance within your life. So you cannot, as they say, you cannot just have personal life. You do not can have just your employment. You have to manage society, family, yourself, and your life skills also. So before I end, there is a very interesting new definition I want to give for fail, because we are addressing the youth. Fail, FAIL. So the new definition from today is first attempt in learning, especially for the girls, because usually girls don't get second chance. So if you fail once, don't think it's a fail. Think that it is my first attempt in learning. And the second bad word is no, N-O, no. So if somebody say no, you cannot study, no, you cannot do job, no, you cannot start your own business, think as next opportunity. So if you cannot change the things outside you, you change yourself. As they are saying, कि नजारा ना बदले तो नजरिया बदल लो. If things are not in your control, at least control your response to the situation. So this is all from my side, and thank you so much. I hope I am on time.
No, of course. Shipraji, it was really a beautiful perspective that you have given to at least few negative words that we all hear usually, that you're failed, that you should not do this and all. That's wonderful. And it is also very true that today, apart from information technology, it is also important to have the internal transformation, to accept the technology in our life. Here I want to share one of the initiative by government of Rajasthan, that government of Rajasthan has started work from home initiative, where women who has taken the sabbatical or who cannot go in the market and do the job, they can also start their job from their home itself. And so the government of Rajasthan has created one portal where employers can put their job related to the work from home women, and women can go and put their resumes and get selected through their processes. Till now, 25,000 women has been registered, and they are a lot of them are getting benefit from this initiative. So that's very true. Our industry, our society, government are persistently going towards getting the women on board and empower them to make technology friendly and to come into the technology and support the society. So we are going forward. Now I'm inviting Ms. Geetanjali Gaba. She is President, Australian Multicultural Women's Association, Melbourne, Australia. She runs a non-profit organization, Australian Multicultural Women Association. It is This organization is working towards gender equality and encouraging girls to pursue their career in technology. They Through technology, they are managing a lot of events, workshop, mentoring programs, and they share knowledge, and they network, and they support each other to support the women in technology. Women in Tech Australia also provides a platform for women to share their experiences and insights, and they advocate gender diversity in tech and industry. So, welcome, Gitanjali ji. We all want to know that how Australian government is working towards the women in technology, towards the contribution, towards how their recruitment process, their technology parity would come through various initiatives. So would you help us with the government's insight towards it?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, first of all, for giving me an opportunity to come here and talk about this topic. Basically, empowering women and women is something I am highly passionate about. This is my heart touching topic. That's why when I've got a call, so I straight away said yes. So I am honored to be here. Thank you so very much. Look, basically, in my association also, it is our agenda to empower women. And especially when we talk about foreign countries, like we don't have any help like parents, or we don't have any help, other helps, like we are managing our kids' jobs, businesses, going out, inside, everything is being managed by ourselves. Especially what you have just said in Rajasthan, that government has done work from home. That is another challenge for women when we are sitting at home. There are women like who are sitting at home and doing their businesses, who cannot go out. Specifically, you can say due to the kids are babies at this moment, they've got toddlers or infants or some other restrictions, they are not able to. So technology is a very important part, I'll say. These days, I will say technology is actually a need. Every single thing you do, you need technology. By profession, I'm a career consultant and I do run few of early childhood centers. So I know when a candidate comes to us to talk about a job, how do I get, what to apply, how to apply, every single dot from A to Z starts from technology. You want to create your CV, you want to apply the job, you want to upload your CV. There are people who don't know, like we have got women who are sitting at home from last so many years, or people with language barrier. They even don't know how to do the uploading, how to actually type the stuff in different softwares we use here in Australia. Especially that COVID period of time, everything has gone technology. Everyone is working just tech, different softwares, different platforms, and mostly the stuff is being managed by home. and it's all thanks to technology. So we also focus on that. If we talk about Australian government, it's we and government actually takes highly like initiative to promote and support women, to empower women to know about what exactly technology is. And there are so many thousands of courses we are having here, especially if I talk about Melbourne. um, Even for the adults also and the parents who are here, we have very small IT courses, how to even access MS Word, how to access Excel, how do you access the information which has been given by the government. If you take the recent example that recently government has announced citizenship for New Zealand citizens to Australian citizenship. So basically, it's again, you have to access the technology, you have to use the computers, you have to use the apps. So it's very important. That is the reason that my association basically focuses on gender equality, and we do encourage women to adapt digital skills, to do small things which will actually go. And I personally believe if you think you can definitely do it. Like it's just one click, and it's just a matter of starting, and you can just do it. So government supports this. We do have so many programs here where we and local government encourages women to pursue their career in information technology. So many international students are doing IT courses, local students are doing IT courses, just to understand and to boost up the confidence that how the things can be done. These 2 years, especially 2021 and 2022, given us a huge lesson, like a small things. We are doing everything, ordering, sitting at home things, working from home, using the softwares, applying the jobs, checking what jobs are available in the market, getting job ready. So every single thing starts from technology, and it is highly being supported by Australian government. And as I'm sitting in Melbourne, we ourselves focus a lot. We do run quite a few sessions almost every month. We have networking sessions from different backgrounds of different people are joining, where we empower adults to different ages group of women to come together and share their experiences. So many times what happens, a person thinks that I can't do it, but when you talk to another person, that empowerment is very important, that role modeling is very important, that if I can, why can't you? It's not that hard what you think about. We ourselves get a lot of calls from a lot of candidates. I don't think so I can create a CV. I don't know why I'm not getting jobs. I have applied 50 jobs, not even one single reply. I don't know what is wrong in my CV. Can you edit? So that can you edit, we are sitting here for support, but we also teach them actually what you can do, how you can edit it, and how you can source the market and allocate the market and check the market, what is available where, and prepare yourself for the future. End of the day, women support women, and that is women empowerment. And that need to be taken as a passion. And if you think about doing the things, anything is possible in this world. And I'm very sure that we are leading the world, and we are going to lead. And it's, yes, as everyone says, it's all teamwork. So we all are sitting here as it's a teamwork only, and it's been like different country, different people, different from different country. People are sitting and women are sitting here, and I believe that everyone is thinking the same thing. Boosting each other's confidence makes a huge impact, and it's very important to be a role model. And technology definitely is 2023. I will say it's a need. Especially, I am in Melbourne. I have seen last 2 years how we were stuck in the houses, and every single thing is being done by technology. And I definitely give this message to all women that if you even think you can't do it, just give it a start. Talk to someone, go online, Google it, check how, when, where. A single dot will actually change your life. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Gitanjali. Thank you. That's great. So we have a Q&A session. As of now, I have a question for Deepa ji. So how technology is really working towards the salary parity for pay parity for women and men in society, since you are with the recruitment part now?
I think we, especially in my last project that I did, I think it's compatibility is there. I mean, when I say that, the salaries are at bar. They are, if you know the knowledge, you have the skill, you are capable. I don't think there will be any sort of disparity between, men and women per se. It's more or less what you bring to the table, your knowledge, your exposure. What's a kind of a niche? What's the kind of, how do you bring that extra X factor, right? So for us, is knowledge is the key. So if you are hard technology inclined, you have worked with these kind of environments, you have worked with these softwares, you have the skill set, I don't think it is a barrier in any workplace.
That's really wonderful. So, ma'am, Indu, I would like to know that how would you like about this whole session, and did you really find it good for our women and girls to know about how technology would be the integral part of their life, and how we can go ahead for such more sessions, beneficial if you think so. Ma'am, you're not audible.
Am I audible now?
Yes, ma'am.
It's been an excellent session. In fact, I really loved the views coming from different countries across the globe, and very wide experience, in IT, particularly working for women. That has been communicated, and I hope our participants also uh, have got an insight and also a direction, and most important that they are inspired to do more and more. No doubt the life for an IT person for girls, particularly in IT, has been quite challenging, as was also pointed during that COVID time, that you are managing family, you are managing your career, you are managing your all alone, without any support. So technology really has helped in all those cases. Important for women to be technology aware and to take advantage of all the short courses which have been introduced and which are available on the web, on internet, in all languages almost. There is no barrier now. So one should take advantage of it. And I really loved it. These are the necessities in today's age. That girls participate and use all these skills more and more in their day-to-day life. And especially those who are looking for a good career in IT, I would really tell them that be ready for good challenges, and it's both inspiring. Taking challenges is good, and once the results are out, you really feel the confidence to do more and to achieve the impact of really achievements.
Thank you, ma'am. Shilekha ji, there's one question from one of our participants. He said, "What is the opportunity for students to have internship with UNDP?" And
So we have an option of UNV, UN volunteer. So people who have just finished studies or students who want to do internship in a particular area, they should be checking the UNDP website. Not only UNDP website for that matter, there is something called devnetjobs.org. So devnetjobs is one option wherein all UN vacancies are floated. So it's also for UNVs. Or the another option is that there are a couple of organizations which are there at Lodi Road, 55 Lodi Road, Delhi. So there you have UNDP, UN Women, and WHO, UNICEF, all those. So you just go meet, give your CV, And then of course, apart from that, you can see the vacancies link. So those people, they also get paid along with, they are associated with a project, good ones, wherein you have practical experience and you are also paid for that. So one, vacancies on all the human sites, and also you can come and, so for example, if I'm in UNDP, you can maybe share the CV with me, and even if an internal vacancy be floated where we need freshers also, we can get in touch. So UNV, just check Google, do Googling on UNV, UN volunteers.
That's really wonderful. I think this information would be beneficial for all the students who have joined us. Gitanjali ji, one of our participant wants to ask that how do we bridge the gender digital divide through technology, of course. Am I, Gitanjali ji, you are not audible. Am I, Gitanjali ji, you are not audible. Am I, Gitanjali ji, you are not audible. Gitanjali ji, I think you're on mute. Am I?
She is on mute.
Gitanjali ji, you are not audible. Gitanjali ji, I think you're on mute.
I'll just keep on talking. Sorry, what did she ask? Sorry, he or she.
So yeah, they asked that how can we bridge the gender digital divide through technology?
For me, I personally believe, because I support a lot women empowerment, it's all here. It's just how you think. There is no we do run sessions and we do say a lot gender equality, gender equality, gender equality. I understand that it's a requirement to run the sessions. It is a requirement to deliver a message to the community. But if you think from here, if you think that okay, this is how it is, I personally believe that if I can do it, I can do it. There is no men or women. There is no women, or there is no men, and there is no inequality. We are all equal. And if you feel like that you are a woman, what a man is doing, you can do it. Trust me, you can do it. You don't need any second thought.
That's very true.
Just don't think that XYZ man is stronger than you, because he's not.
That's very true. Shipraji, there are a lot of rural and tribal women who are not into education. So, do you think technology would help them to come at par, and they would at least start doing their own business or job with the help of technology? Shipraji, you're on mute. Sorry.
Yes, definitely. So this is what we are doing. I'll give you a live example how technology is helping us. So as I told you, I have trained some women in Barmer. They are just fifth pass, and I'm sitting here in Jaipur. I get an order to stitch this Jaipur quilts. It is very famous. So on its YouTube session like this, so they will, if they don't have a mobile, they can go to nearby cyber cafe or anywhere, and they understand what is the order and how what work they have to do, and it will get delivered. And if the need is there, they will be also given us some sort of a training. So and this is one thing which is happening, and then when the thing is prepared, we send someone and collect it. The second thing is, suppose that woman wants to start a small kirana shop. She can, just go on the website of MSME or anything, and just by using her Aadhaar card, she can start a proprietorship company, and then she can open an account. Women sitting here, I want to also tell you about Mudra loans. So there are three types of loans: Shishu, Kishore, and Vyask. I think I'm right about the words. It is it is meant for the tribal women and men, and especially for the women. There's no collateral. कुछ भी आपको गिरवी नहीं रखना है. आपका बस बैंक में अकाउंट होना चाहिए और आपका एक बिजनेस आइडिया होना चाहिए और आपको 5 लाख 1 लाख से लेके 10 लाख तक का लोन सरकार देती है और हर जो ब्लॉक है वहां पे पहले से सैंक्शन हुआ जा चुका है। दूसरा मैं ये बताना चाहूंगी कि एनएसडीसी जो है, नेशनल स्किल्स डेवलपमेंट कॉर्पोरेशन जो है, वो शिक्षा लोन देती है, वो स्किल लोन देती है, जहां पे आप डिजिटल स्किल अगर आपको सीखना है तो आप 30,000 से लेकर के 1 लाख तक का लोन जो है वो आप शिक्षा लोन एनएसडीसी, पहले आप एनएसडीसी के किसी भी सेंटर पे जाके रजिस्टर कराइए, वहां से वो लोन लीजिए, फिर 6 महीने तक आप जब आप पढ़ाई कर लेते हैं, सबसे पहली बात कि आपका अगेन ये लोन बनाई उन लोगों के लिए है कि जो किसान हैं या जिनका को रेडी चलाते हैं, जिनका की कोई आईटीआर या सिविल नहीं है। सो बिल्कुल ट्राइबल वुमेन, रूरल वुमेन, नॉन एजुकेटेड वुमेन, वुमेन फ्रॉम पुअर फैमिली, जिनके हस्बैंड, फादर या सन्स उनको फाइनेंशियली सपोर्ट नहीं कर सकते पढ़ाने में या बिजनेस सेटअप करने के लिए, तो उन दोनों के लिए ही one is this mudra loan scheme, the other is NSDC shiksha loan, skill loan, that is basically skill loan. तो अगर tomorrow if you want to learn cyber security और वो 40,000 का कोर्स है तो आप एनएसडीसी से लोन लीजिए, पहले एनएसडीसी में एनरोल लीजिए, एनएसडीसी से लोन लीजिए, पढ़िए और नौकरी करते वक्त अगले 3 साल में उसे चुकाइए। तो दीज आर द स्कीम्स जो आपको कोलैबोरेट करके आपको हेल्प करेगी।
That's good. So we really had a very wonderful session today, and we got to know about multicultural, multi-domain inclusivity of girls and women in technology. This would be very inspiring for all the women who are listening us. So this session was also live in all social media, including Facebook. I'm thankful to all the panelists who share their valuable insights for us. From RCAT perspective, RCAT has a lot of initiatives that we have just accomplished. RCAT Open House Stakeholders Dialogue, where we invite a lot of our stakeholders from industry and academia and talk about that how RCAT can make an impact to the society. And specifically, as if you have heard KK, that we are working towards the inclusivity, so we are working towards how the women and all the sect of the society would take part in RCAT and get benefit for the emerging technologies. We are also working towards international engagements. We are working for from Singapore and Australian government to collaborate with RCAT. I would and definitely ask all my panelists who are from other continents, and they would help us to get collaboration with with the academic institutions and industries in their country with RCAT to make the RCAT objective to be more global and to include more people into this. I am also requesting Deepa ji and Gitanjali ji to get your country's the counterparts of RCAT there to get collaborated. This session was just not having a discussion over screen and talk about the girls. This should go on, and I am requesting all my panelists to be part of RCAT always, just not by but just sharing on the screen. We want you to be our as part of our think tank, as part of our guest lecturers. You could support us through experiences with our students, any support from recruitment perspective, career counseling perspective, gender equality perspective. If you want to share your insights with our students, we are always open to all of these things. Thanks a lot. Thank you, Indu ma'am. You take out your time and you herself came to RCAT. I hope you have visited RCAT and seen the whole infrastructure. We're really privileged to have you in RCAT. I'm thanking to
Ma'am, before you thank,
yeah.
we have one small information. We would like to felicitate Indu ma'am for her lifetime career service that he has dedicated.
KK, your voice, so you're not audible, at least not to me.
In Am I audible now, ma'am?
Yes, yes, please.
This is a small token of appreciation from the RCAT team, from Madam Jyoti Luharia ji, and from Vinita ma'am, from the entire team of RCAT, to someone, kind of a small gesture to celebrate the lifetime experience and the dedication that someone has dedicated to information technology and information communication technology. And a picture, please. And Jyoti ma'am heads the RCAT, and also the TD, Technical Director of BOITC, will felicitate Indu ma'am. Fantastic appearance.
I'm so surprised.
Just KK, please set the camera so that Indu ma'am and Jyoti ma'am would come into the frame. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you your visit to RCAT. It was really wonderful to listen you. And it's our privilege to have you in the RCAT to know about that. How was your experience, your whole journey in technology with Rajasthan? Thank you, ma'am. Thanks a lot.
Thanks a lot for inviting me. Thanks to Jyoti. And I'm really out of my shell after a long break. Even getting this gift award and momentum is also a surprise to me. Thanks a lot.
Thank
It's
you,
a
ma'am.
good reminder. I really am impressed with the kind of activities which are going on at RCAT and the efforts which you are making.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Indeed, very inclusive for everybody. It's giving a very good opportunity and a very with so much of financial support also. So which is very sometimes it's very requirement, that children are very talented, they are very eager to learn, but they don't have the right conditions. Yeah, market is trying to fill. It's really thanks for inviting me, and thanks to all the panelists. It's been a wonderful occasion. The kind of work you are doing is really impressive. Thank you. Thanks a lot.
That's very inspiring and motivating words for us, ma'am. Thank
all
you.
the panelists for sparing the valuable times and giving us beautiful insights. And as Rita has said, this is not the end. It's a beginning of a long association with all the members. So I think we hope to go along very soon. Thank you.
I would request you all to come to Jaipur. I think Shipra ji is already in Jaipur. People from Melbourne and people from Canada may please come to Jaipur. Jaipur is actually famous for tourism and hospitality. May please visit Jaipur and experience both of them. Thank you. Thanks all the participants who joined us from the remote location. There are a lot of colleges who have joined. There are a lot of students from there. There are the batches, ma'am, which I was sharing, that there are 2 batches of rural women who were doing the courses. They have also joined us through VC. मैं आप सबके आभारी हूँ कि आप लोगों ने इसे ज्वाइन किया और हमारे पैनलिस्ट से आपने सबने सुना. Thank you for being part of RCAT. मैं ज्योति मैम को thanks करना चाहती हूँ, मैम. Just because of you, the session was made successful. Thank you, team, for conducting this, and special thanks to KK because he did his coordination with all the panelists. He made this event successful. Thank you, thanks a lot. Thanks everybody here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, panelists.
नहीं आप आप